Hi, Karen Curry Parker here with your final Human Design Evolution Eclipse update. Let's talk about where this solar eclipse tomorrow is going to leave us after we've gone through this incredible 2-week process of realignment. To sum it up and to refresh your memory in case you haven't been watching all of these videos, we started this powerful 2-week cycle on August the 7th with a lunar eclipse, concluding tomorrow, August the 21st, with a solar eclipse, giving us this powerful celestial opening that's been all about discovering revolutionary answers, redefining the truth of who you perceive yourself to be, retelling or telling a brand new story of your life, who you are, what you are, the embodiment of the essence of the sole purpose of your life, and stories that help you make sure that you are activating the fullest potential of who you are in the context of these energies. This has been a cycle where truths, some of them uncomfortable, some of them revolutionary, have been revealed to us, a time when things have been bubbling up to the surface for us to be triggered with, to react to, so that we can use those trigger points to redefine the story of who we are, both individually and also collectively. You've probably noticed and felt the energy waves and the shifts as we've gone through this cycle. And certainly what we've done in the last 2 weeks has been seeding what we create over the next 10 years. This is a powerful seminal energy. And certainly what we have created, what we've envisioned, the consciousness we have crafted over the last 2 weeks will bring fruit over the next year. So whatever has been stimulated in you, whatever awarenesses you've had, whatever you've pushed back against or moved towards in the last 2 weeks, you're going to see growth in that direction over the next year as we lay the foundation for a brand new world, a new world of sustainable peace, a new world of sustainable resources. So I just want to say to you that no matter how potentially dark this looks for you right now, this has actually been a time for us to look at the darkness so that we can bring more light to it. So if it hasn't been a particularly pleasant cycle for you, be conscious of the fact that we're bringing awareness to it, we're bringing light to it, and it's going to get better. We are pushing against the darkness so that we can create what it is we truly want to be creating. We need to be aware of what building blocks we're working with as we create. You can't put a bad brick at the bottom of the foundation because it'll affect the stability of the whole building. So it's good for us to see truth, to know truth, to look at the truth perhaps that's uncomfortable and start realigning it so that whatever we build from this point on is a strong foundation, a foundation, a structure that's built on a foundation that's enduring and sustainable. So take heart. Even if it's felt despairing, it's actually been vital. We've been inoculated into seeing what else is possible and what other stories we could be telling about our collective selves and our individual selves. We conclude this cycle with the sun in the 29th hexagram, or the energy of devotion, embodiment, and commitment and perseverance. So we emerge from the cycle committed to, aligned with, devoted to, taking actions that allow us to move forward into this new story of who we are. My spiritual teacher taught me that devotion, the energy of the 29th hexagram, is one of the key paths to enlightenment. And if you've ever been a parent or you've ever been devoted to someone or something, you know that devotion isn't necessarily a cataclysmic kind of a thing. It's a daily activity. It's a daily process of seeing what needs show up, of seeing where you need to be present to what life is bringing you so that you can take the actions, the loving, nurturing actions necessary to bring whatever dream you have or to bring the manifestation of love into its physical expression. We are entering into a cycle of devotion, and this end part of the cycle is asking you, what are you devoted to? What are you willing to commit to? What conscious, daily, present, consistent response are you willing to bring to what life shows you? Where are you willing to walk, your spiritual path? Where are you willing to take the steps necessary? Not big, huge, cataclysmic steps necessarily, but those steps necessary to express the love that is you, the love that you have for the vision or the purpose or the answers that you are now seeking to manifest into form into your reality. What are you willing to do when you are faced with the challenges and the transformation and the transmutation and the evolution that is coming your way? This isn't struggle. This isn't supposed to be about struggle. It does mean sometimes in the journey of creating what we want to be creating, we have to rouse ourselves out of bed when we don't feel like it. You know, if you've ever had a child, again, remember that's those middle of the night feedings, or when your kid is sick in the middle of the night, you have to get up even if you don't want to. It's those places where sometimes we have to draw on our own inner strength to be present to what is being called out of us, to what life is calling forth from us. So what are you devoted to? What are you committed to? What devotion and commitment are you willing to embody in your physicality? What actions are you willing to take? Now, I want to just throw a little caveat here, because this is so important for you guys to understand. We tend to think that action is make a decision, go out and make it happen. The energy of the 29th hexagram in human design comes off the sacral. It's responsive energy. It means we are being called for to respond to the unfolding of the evolution. You don't have to figure out the next step. You don't have to figure out what you need to do. You simply need to embody the commitment and to see on a daily basis what's manifesting in your reality, and in response to that manifestation, take the actions necessary to do the next step of the journey. So not about figuring it out, not about trying to think in your head, what should I do, what should I do? Life will show you what to do. Your presence, your awareness, your awakeness, your devotion to being aligned with the full manifestation of love, peace, and sustainability, that energy will show you what the next step is. And that next step will unfold in front of you on a daily basis, like a red carpet unrolling on your path. All you got to do every day is get up, be present to the force of love within you, and take that next step. What are you devoted to? What are you committed to? These are the answers I invite you to play with as we conclude this cycle. And may I gently remind you, as you conclude this cycle, that you call forth out of yourself a story about who you perceive yourself to be that is worthy of the truth of who you really are. Don't forget to wear your Eclipse glasses. Be well, take care of yourself. It's going to get a little bit more interesting, but a little bit more aligned. And you've done the work. We made it this far. Things might fall apart before they come back together. Devote yourself to the end vision of where we're headed.